In this video, we're going to be talking about how to come up with a name for your Airbnb short-term rental property, so stay tuned. Vacation Rental Machine helps hosts just like you learn how to start, grow, and scale your short-term rental business. This show is all about creating systems that help you automate your business, giving you more time and money freedom. If you're ready to start living the vacation rental life, then subscribe to this podcast today. Come and join us on our Facebook group, The Host Nation, where we'll be talking about starting, automating, and scaling a short-term rental business. Now, on to the show. Hey, welcome back, Host Nation, to another episode of Vacation Rental Machine. I'm Julian Sage with John Bell, and in this video, we are going to be talking about some of the fun stuff when you're just coming up with the idea of Airbnb and short rentals. You know, you have all these different ideas, you have all these different visions. You know, maybe I'm going to put Disney stuff in it, maybe I'm going to do a themed property, and then you start coming up with like different names for the property. So John, as a professional short-term rental operator, you have over 40 properties. Are you coming up with 40 different names for all of these different places?
Yes, I am. And that's really because you'll want to put your best foot forward with as much virtual real estate as you can possibly hold. So names like Chateau John is not something that you would want to name your property just because it doesn't say anything about the property. It's just a nice name that you called it. And then most people will look at it and say, I don't know if I want to stay at a chateau. It's probably dirty and it's probably got ghosts. So what's a good name to name your property? It is really, really important to really put out all the best things that you have to offer up front. So if that means you have a pool, you want to make sure that you say pool inside of your description. If that means that you're possibly close to an airport, you want to say the airport that you're close to, because these things are really important to the people that are looking. Yes, your photos could draw some people in, but if your name is just kind of blase, it just doesn't really grab people's attention.
So just to clarify, John, you're saying that people shouldn't be coming up with the Chateau John or My Sweet Home or any of these, more unique names. Like when you go to places like Florida, where it's primarily a vacation destination, you see a lot of people that have these very nondescript names, and it seems like the name of their property on Airbnb is more like their brand name, which doesn't tell you anything about the property. Are you saying that we should be avoiding these types of brand names that don't tell anything about the property?
You should, unless you have enough properties to really spell out your brand and your brand actually represents something to most of your guests. For instance, if somebody's seen a listing on Airbnb and it said Stay Alford, you would almost understand, hey, this is a Stay Alford property. I kind of already know what to expect. You can use that exact same example if Marriott were also on most of these platforms and they said, hey, Marriott property, whatever. You would expect, because of the brand, that it is important. So with volume, and when people really come and love your place, you could then go out and start saying your brand name. But if you have one listing, I would not just jump to just putting that out there because nobody's going to know it and it just might not make sense. So you want to draw them in and have them have a good experience first. And then you want them to go out and tell their friends, and you want to go out and grab more places. And then you want to start incorporating your name that you have if you want to put it in your title. But that is not the most important piece. This is not a hotel booking chain, at least on Airbnb. So you want to make sure that your properties are standing out independently from each other. So you always want to put the property's best foot forward. All right, so I just happened to pull up Roanoke, Virginia, just to give a couple examples. And what I see immediately is the first couple listings. One says cozy, and the word cozy really means small. Not too sure that's the best way to actually demo or show a property. And if we really look at the full title, you see that they used as much real estate as they could to try to say, what does it even say? Three bedroom apartment, high-end, sleep six. That's a lot of words just to say it's a 3-bedroom and it sleeps 6 people. That's really all you can get from that title. There's so much more real estate that you can claim here that would be a lot better than to just say what was said there. Okay, let's look at the next one. This one says, basically, it's a cabin in a neighborhood. Now, I don't know anything about this neighborhood. I don't know if Julian knows anything about it, but why is that significant or important? Ben Oak Manor. Should I know it? It just doesn't really spell out anything within. And because the picture here is of the exterior, it's not inviting for me to click on it. Okay, I see this small little place. It says it's a manor, and yeah, these pictures are not necessarily in the right order. Your listing photo should be very inviting. You should look and see, hey, that looks like a place I would like to stay. So you want to make sure you select something very, very nice. For me, it could have been that other one. I'm glad they didn't use the words high end on this one because I would have got there and would have been really disappointed.
Now, John, when people are looking at this, though, they might look and see that this person is at the top of Airbnb. When people go to Roanoke, this is one of the top performing properties. Now, if they're using that as their standard, as like, well, these people are doing well, so I should probably do the same. What are your thoughts on that?
Airbnb has their ranking algorithm, and that's really what's in play here. You see that this place has a lot of reviews at a very low price. When that happens, you normally get great placement. Airbnb also tries to put forward places that they know you would like on the front page because you've clicked on other properties or purchased properties that they have demoed that look similar. All right, after a few pages, I can't find a title that I think works best. So let's go to a whole nother city. Let's go out to LA.
Right? Because when you're dealing with these smaller markets with a lot more mom and pop operators, they aren't going to know how to be able to really attract the right people. So going to another city where you see that there's a lot more competition, this is where people really start stepping up their A game. Their photos are on point, their titles are on point, their prices on point. Everything is really very competitive.
All right. So definitely on the first page of this one, there's one that stood out to me automatically. And it says cozy, it says modern, it has the downtown LA one bedroom loft with parking. That tells me a lot just with the title. I still don't like the word cozy in there, but it does tell me that it's small, but it's modern. It's downtown LA. It's a one bedroom, one bath, and it has parking. And parking might be very hard in LA. So you want to make sure that you put that forward so somebody doesn't have to say, oh, where can I park my rental car? Oh, well, the garage over there is $40 a night. Doesn't really go well. So parking is one of those things that you want to display. All right, so I found another one that really has a good title. This one says 5-star LA, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, high rise with breathtaking views. It actually does match with the photo that you see. You can see over in the photo, their listing photo, their main photo, that there is a breathtaking view. And you can see that there possibly is a 5-star experience inside of this place. So very good photo, good title, and it really gets to the point. There's also another one here that just says, hey, it's in the heart of LA and it comes with free parking. Very, very, very to the point without the fluff. You don't need to call it anything else like your house is my house, mi casa, su casa. Don't go off and just try to come up with elaborate names. You really want to say the best parts of your listings. That could mean the walk score. That could mean that it's been recently updated. That could mean your Wi-Fi speed. That could mean how close you are to really important areas. That stuff is what gets you the fast lookers like myself. When I go to book, I'm going to look at the title and I'm going to go ahead and look at the photo. If I see something I like there, I'm clicking and I'm probably going to pick one.
So question of the day, what are you putting in your titles? Would love to see what it is that you are using to be able to describe your properties. Leave your property titles in the comment section down below. And in the next video, we're going to be talking about photos and how to pick the best photos for your Airbnb short-term rental property. So if you haven't done this already, subscribe to this channel to get more awesome and very action-packed content for your Airbnb short-term rental business. And until next time, Host Nation, keep on hosting. If you'd like John and I to answer your guys' questions, then be sure to go to the Host Nation Facebook group and use hashtag AskVRM. Hope you hosts found value in this episode. If you did, please go on over to iTunes and leave us a review, as that would greatly support the show. If you'd like to connect with John, the community, and I, then go on over to our Facebook group, The Host Nation. Talk to you hosts in the next episode. Keep on hosting.